Someone can lead us off. Anytime.
I'll start. So I'm Sebastian from GGV Con. My first question is for Flame. So coming into this year, what was the philosophy behind building this roster?
I think like season 1 and 2 we kind of had like a rough experience, I guess, like getting sold and switching owners and then not having an owner. And then a lot of the players I think needed a fresh mindset. And so we kind of went with a fresh coaching staff, and then with the fresh coaching staff came a fresh vision of like what the team should be, and then we kind of like went from there and then started picking up different pieces to fill the gaps that we thought we needed to fill.
Harrison Brown from Total Sports Lives. What are just some initial positives from this weekend that you can take going forward to Washington next weekend?
I mean, I think the experience, right? Because we didn't really know what travel was. I think going from Houston to East Coast, which was a bigger shift than I think we were like ready for. A lot of us got sick this weekend, which is kind of unfortunate, but I think next week we'll be a lot more cautious and a lot more ready. And then also, like, I think the practice situation is a lot different than at home. Like, knowing what that kind of feels like is something that's, I mean, it's experience at the end of the day. I mean, losing sucks, but there were definitely lessons learned, and I think that'll help us next week.
Jonathan Fitman, Watch Point 11. Do you feel like moving forward now that you're better, you've had that experience, once you think you're going to be better prepared for it going forward with the travel and the illness and everything, getting practice time in?
Yeah, I mean, it was a wake-up call, right? We went into this weekend pretty, like, confident, I would say, and we're leaving here pretty unconfident. So at least, like, this week we'll have a better grasp of, like, where everyone else stands. Obviously, we haven't been scrimming the teams that we played this week, but we've been scrimming other teams, and, like, it's been going fine, but I think everyone being on top of their health is obviously going to be, like, number one priority for next weekend.
Linda Bishop, Game House. Can you speak to as what exactly the health situation is on the Outlaws? There's a lot of information going around about players being sick. How much of that can you talk about?
I mean, it's not like a secret. I mean, if you go talk to any of them, they'll start coughing on you. But no, I mean, a few of them are like visibly, like you can look at them. Jackson woke up this morning, he had night sweats and he was sweating on his way to the office, which was really unfortunate. And the coaches, some of them were in the same position. I mean, I think Muma's pretty healthy. Hydration's been pretty healthy, but hydration, even sore throat. A lot of players are kind of like developing flu-like symptoms if they haven't already. But I think Jackson this morning was probably the worst, but throughout the week, it's been like spree, raucous. It's just like it's like a never-ending stream of someone else transmitting. But I guess at the end of the day, you can only get sick once, at least from the same disease.
How has illness sort of impacted your guys' practice schedule and or strategy going into matches?
I mean, sickness hurts momentum. Sickness hurts mentality. I think being low energy on stage is like never good, right? And like if there's ever a player that you kind of rely on to be positive or upbeat and suddenly they're just drained and exhausted just from being sick, then like it obviously is gonna negatively impact you. Like, I mean, if you look at the match cams, you see like Stratus up and clapping and like being happy, but like nobody on our team is in that like mood, and that's not really their fault, but it's a side effect, and it definitely affects the way the team plays.
So how do you think you, the coaching staff, and the players are all going to come together to kind of like bounce back from this loss?
Well, there's a lot of good film, I think, right? Like, there's a lot of good things to take away. Like, you see the loss, you know what you did wrong. You can watch the VODs over and over and say, like, why did we do this, or why didn't we do that? But that's, like, kind of the biggest thing now. I mean, I think a lot of the teams are kind of adapting. Like, a lot of the support duos are kind of random right now, or it feels kind of random. And some teams are playing styles based off their support duos. And then I think now we're at least playing opponents next week that have film, if that makes sense. Like, going into this week is kind of blind. You don't really know what Mayhem or Justice we're going to bring. But now, next week, everyone should have at least played once, I think, by then. So there's, like, that angle, I guess, to take from it.
RB Joyce, Overwatchleague.com. Next weekend, like you said, you face off against Boston and New York, who we saw in action during week 1. How did the combo of your experience this week and what we've seen from them impact how you'll prepare for the matches?
We take it 1 week at a time, so not terribly too much. I think we had strats going into this week, and then we'll have strats going into next week. And I think we'll have maybe whatever we thought we were going to do next week isn't what we're going to do next week, just based off how this week went. Whether that's player, personnel, or just overall strategy and hero composition. So I mean, I think starting tomorrow, we're flying back in like a couple hours, but I think starting tomorrow it'll just be like fully focused on what Boston ran, what Nixle ran, what they're capable of, and there's a lot more, understanding there of what we're capable of and what our weaknesses are, I think.
Jessica Win.gg. What city are you guys most excited to visit besides your home city?
Probably just Paris. It's like the only time we're going out of the country, so probably that one.
I'd say Paris too.
I just have a
Definitely,
one
yeah.
more question.
Europe's fun.
Besides Atlanta, every Atlantic South team saw some action this weekend. Judging by that, who do you guys think will be the strongest teams in the division? Or who do you think surprised you this weekend?
Florida definitely surprised us this weekend. I think this match that's about to happen is going to be like a lot closer than people think. I think we underperformed today. I think we grossly underperformed yesterday, but I think yesterday felt a lot more obvious that we were underperforming. Today I think we just kind of fell short, but I think Florida kind of overperformed our expectations. I think Philly's strong, obviously. I don't know how I actually have no idea how this next match is going to play out. I think that'll be a better, it'll give us all a better understanding. I think Atlanta's slated to be really good, but until they show it on stage, it's kind of hard to say. But I think that the winner or the strongest team will be whoever wins this next match, at least for the week.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Good job, Pedro.